freeway down. Run, Rudolph, cause I'm reeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a boy child, what have you been longing for? All I want for Christmas is a rock and roll electric guitar. And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star. Run, Rudolph, Santa went to make it in town. Santa make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, reeling like a merry-go-round. Run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa make him hurry.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Worldwide Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. 6 days left, 5 shopping days, depending on who you are. I am your host. This is your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast, award-winning podcast of the year from SANS Institute Difference Makers Award. And this is episode 770 of the show. And guys, we got a banger for you over the next hour. Me, you, Chuck Berry, DJ BSEC behind the glass, Kimberly Can Fix It, Jenny Housley, Casually Joseph, Justin Gold, Marcus Kyler of the Yeet Crew, Augusta Delgado, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet, Phil Stafford, Regine Franklin, FedEx down in Florida, Mary Rochelle Carey, Phil Stafford, Deben Gady. Guys, we got so many wonderful people in chat. Nerman, my friend, DR's finest. Guys on LinkedIn, people on YouTube, we are all absolutely going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. Chris Whitlock is in the house, confirming it is episode 774 of your Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Guys, we got a banger for you. Over the next hour, we're going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis along the way. And we will be sharing, networking, and doing all the good stuff, making it awesome. Just because it's an instructor-led webinar doesn't mean it has to suck. We can make it fun. We can make it what we want. We are Team SC, and this is what we say is going to be going down. Now, in full disclosure, I do not research or prep for any of these shows. It's one half, I ain't got time for that. And one half, let's be real. Like, this is what it's like when you show up at work on Wednesday morning. You pour a cup of coffee. You look across the room at Brent Book, and you're like, Code Brew, how about that ransomware, huh? You see what I'm saying? You hear about Europol, Interpol, and Code Brew's like, yeah. Right now, if I had done a bunch of research on the way into work and I was like, oh, hey, Code Brew, right? Like, that's lame. So we're not doing that up in here. Guys, I am so excited for today's episode. Before we get into it, I do want to say quick shout out to the stream sponsors. Just a couple quick ones today, starting with Antisyphon Training. Antisyphon Training always bringing the heat. You guys know them, Zach Hill, Kathy Chambers, Daniel Lowry also. Let's do 30 seconds with them, and when I come back, I'm going to explain to you how this show and your CPE problems go bye-bye very quickly. Let's go. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand
demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up.
All right. Thank you so much, Antisyphon. Do love those folks. And remember, at any point, go to antisyphontraining.com and look at their calendar of events coming up. They have free training with instructors like John Strand, among others. Also, bonus, they are related to Meta CTF in some capacity, and we will be having our live CTF. It's a big one, but there's a Simply Cyber private scoreboard on Saturday, December 21st, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Code Brew gets to start at 3 p.m. Eastern time to give everybody a fair fighting chance. But there's going to be 10 challenges, 4 hours. It will be live, and you'll notice, hello, Simply Cyber Academy is right there. TCM Security's there. Antisyphon. Lots and lots of prizes for people. Training, gift certificates. I'm personally throwing in 3 Amazon gift cards for winners within the Simply Cyber community. So go to the Simply Cyber Discord server for instructions. I need to actually send an email out to everybody via the newsletter or whatever, but I just suck at that. I got to tell you, in 2025, I need help, like probably on multiple levels, but I need some help. Guys, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, grab a hashtag TeamSC and a screenshot, grab a hashtag Team Solo if you're a lone operator at work and the Simply Cyber community is effectively your proxy coworkers, or a hashtag first timer if today's your first episode, whatever you want. Say what's up in chat. You see this chat right above my head. Your name and your chat will be there. When you screenshot it, you can say, look, I was there. Evidence. If you need evidence, right? Every episode, half a CPE. It stacks 2.5 a week, 10 a month, 120 a year. Kayla Sturgeon did the math. Get your CPEs in the best way possible that I'm aware of. Personally, I remember years and years ago having to like cram and watch stupid webinars that I didn't care about in order to get CPEs. And we don't need to do that anymore. It's a new day. It's a dawn of a new day. Finally, we got Worldwide Wednesday coming up in a hot second. Let me just tell you about Barricade Cyber and Hunter Strong really quickly. Guys, if you didn't know, Barricade Cyber is a longtime sponsor of the show. Eric Taylor's the CEO and Chief Forensics Officer over there. But he wants to spend his sponsor time on the Daily Cyber Threat Brief leading up to Christmas in a different way. Eric says, I know things are tight for a lot of people, so please feel no pressure at all in this ask. However, as we get closer to Christmas time, we can't help but think about the kids at MUSC's PCICU floor, this place was Hunter's second home, and the staff are simply amazing. And if you don't know, really quickly, Eric Taylor's son, Hunter, had a heart transplant last year, spent a lot of time at the Medical University of South Carolina's Pediatric Cardio Intensive Care Unit, ultimately lost that battle. But Eric and his family continue to support and champion the MUSC PCICU for the children and the families that are still there and putting up the good fight. Would you consider donating at least $5 to help make things a bit brighter for the staff and families during Christmas time? Note, Barricade Cyber is going to match every single dollar up to $20,000 donated. Go to hunterstrong.com for more information or to donate, hunterstrong.com. All right. Thank you very much, everybody in chat. Remember, stay tuned. We've got jaw-jacking at the end of the show. I've been working on the mobile studio, or I don't know what you want to call it, the second set studio here in the studio. You can see, well, you can't really see it, but trust me, it's an upgrade. All right. That's my Beyonce for the day. All right, guys. Guess what? I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is this is happening. The bad news is I don't know if we're going to have Australia.
Yo, everybody. Hold on, let me drop this music down some. I'm coming to you live from a mobile studio that works. Let's see here. Jerry is restarting, so we'll hang on and make sure everything works. Hopefully everybody can hear me. The music's back because we're using music from Restream directly. You can hear me, you can see me. That's amazing what happens when you have everything in place. So this is a chill hop music from that was almost like a Ron Burgundy thing. This is a chill hop music? Yeah, Casually Joseph, I'm in the white hoodie. I'm not in a black hoodie. I'm the opposite of Tyler. If you watch my streams compared to Tyler, you will understand why I'm the opposite of Tyler. Yeah. Alright. I'm just sitting here eating up time while Jerry restarts his machine. I'm also in the middle of trying to get my kids ready for school. Oh, I hear somebody. Jerry's back. We'll see if he's got audio. We're waiting. I'm going to try it. Oh, wait. We got Christmas music. Hold on. That's what I should have done instead of that chill hop. Back off, back on. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. What's up, James McQuiggan? I saw him pop in here. Give a shout out. Shout out to my track 2 buddy. Oh, I see the OBS marker in the back. System upgrades. So Jerry upgraded his mobile studio, but let's all be real. To hook up the mobile studio, his mobile studio is 4 feet away from his main studio. But I'm assuming. Oh look, I think somebody else popped in here. There he is. Eric's in here too now. I was gonna say I thought somebody popped in here.
Yeah, I was actually trying to get my camera to work. I was like, oh, let me reboot it real quick. You know, when you have quality stuff, it just requires a simple reboot to bring it back online again.
Jerry said he's almost here. We'll see.
Is he, though?
We're at 7:15. If by 7:30 he's not, then we're going to completely take over the stream. We'll turn it into a music stream.
We're going to go YOLO. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
There you go. Space Tacos is correct. Track 2 at Simply CyberCon was strictly fired. It was fired because James McQuiggan was hosting it.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
I hear somebody.
New stream, who this?
I am Ron Burgundy.
New stream, who this?
All right. Can you hear that?
Yep,
Yes.
We hear you. Oh, and I hear that. I got some Daft Punk.
All right, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet, 10 gifted subs. Thanks, James. And thank you, Eric Taylor. Thank you, DJ B-Sec behind the glass.
You see what,
Yeah, see, like, no big deal. Everything's cool. Everything is fine. This is how we do. Sometimes issues happen. This is your award-winning podcast. It's all about good times. Let's go. All right, guys, do me a favor. Before we get into it, we're about to go what the locals say is called Around the World. We're going to demonstrate just how fire this community is. Worldwide Wednesday is presented by Simply Cyber. Guys, you see how the mods dove in and helped out? How chat had a good time, laughed about, and basically did it. That's what Team SC is. Takes a village. Sometimes crap happens. Guess what? It's all about resiliency, not about freaking out and stuff like that. Holler at it. Guys, I want to tell you that Worldwide Wednesday is sponsored. I think this might be the last one of the year. It is. This is the final ACI Learning sponsorship of the year and probably ever. I want to say shout out and thank you for all the good times. IT Pro from ACI Learning is presenting Worldwide Wednesday, the international solution for online training that professionals in audit, cyber, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. Use my promo code Auger30 to get 30% off your first month or first year. Still time. Last minute Christmas gifts, y'all. All right, dude. Mods, get ready. Community, get ready. We're going to set the clock to 2 minutes, 22 seconds. And what I would love for you to do is tell me where you are, and we will see if we can go around the world. Here we go. Tell me where you're at. Peru, Diana Rodriguez coming in strong with South America. Hell yeah. Kansas City, Byron Fisk bringing the United States online. Big Texas, Senfilis in Poland. Hello, holla. Afghanistan, thank you, Abdullah Niazi. We got the Middle East online, North Alabama, New York City. Watch out for those drones. Central Florida, Orlando's in the house. Hey, what's up, Triangle? Raleigh, Durham. We got Palm Beach, Florida, Asia, Philippines, Triple D. Boom. We got the Pacific Rim online, India, Pradyuma Pandav. Bing, bang, boom. South Africa's in the house, bringing Africa online. Is that SSD? It sure is. Roswell, UK, it's in the name. Rhode Island, this guy, Terrence Tech. Bangladesh, our man on the ground, Raman. Where we go? Where's Bangladesh? Come on, Bangladesh. Not Myanmar. There it is. Bangladesh. Northeastern PA, you gangsta. Ghana, LVJ, looking for Fred on too. He's in Ghana. Hot Phoenix, Jamaican me crazy, TB. South Carolina, Rhonda Rummerfield coming into the low country. Dragos, our Romanian representative. Hot damn, look at this. Argentina during the reboot. We're going to take it. Richmond, VA, Puerto Rico, VJ's money. DC's in the house. Daniel Glauer, I was just there. Chills, bringing Canada online. Stephen Michael, you're asleep at the wheel. Wales, UK, yes, sir. We got Northern Virginia. Colombia. Heck yeah, South America, you guys are coming correct today. We got Chile. Damn, dude, look at you guys. I've been to Chile. Barbados. Aussies. Where are the Aussies? Funky Monk said he would be here. Nice, nice, nice. We got 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Germany, Gut Morgan from Germany. Yes, sir. Where's Tom Bishop, the boot? Come on, where we at? Where we at? We got no Australia. The world is coming in hot. Cameroon. Where's Cameroon? It's on the coast, isn't it? There it is. Guys, I got to tell you, we have never had representation in South America quite like this. This is hot, hot, hot. Now, we are getting confirmation coming across the wire right now that Jenny Housley did see Australia. Jenny Housley, a woman of high, high integrity. We're going to take it. Australia's online. Ethiopia, cleaning up. We're cleaning up here. Nigeria's in the hizzy. Guys, Namibia. Guys, I got to tell you, we just went around the world. I meant to put the world in there. Guys, we are crushing it. Y'all, listen. Look at this. This is insane. We have Colombia, Peru, Argentina, Chile, South America coming with the fire. South Africa, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, and it wasn't even Fred on. It was a different Ghana. Europe's got mad reps. Dude, this is what the Simply Cyber community is. Brazil, holy crap, coming in with the hot heat, Gustavo. Guys, I just got to tell you, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you so very much. We have a major business impacting audio issue. I have to reboot my system. BSEC and Eric Taylor come on. Song and dance to keep you entertained while I get sorted out. And we still bring the heat. It's not an award-winning podcast because of the content and the stories. It's because this friggin' community is absolutely baller. Thank you so very much, guys. We went around the world. We are winning so hard. Happy holidays. Let's get to the news, shall we?
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. I'm Sean Kelly. CISA delivers new directive for securing cloud environments. On Tuesday, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency instructed federal civilian agencies to strengthen security practices for cloud services. CISA's binding.
Hey, really quickly, Elliot Matisse, first-timer from San Francisco. Elliot Matisse, first of all, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Second of all, Elliot Matisse, say hello, and everybody's going to start raining down John McClane diehard emotes, not because it's the holidays, my friend, but because you're a first-timer and identified as such. Secondly, thanks for getting up wicked early. I know the West Coast can be really dodgy. And also, sorry for the production issues. I swear it's actually not uncommon.
Operational directive instructs agencies to identify its in-scope cloud tenants by February 21st of next year. Agencies will also need to bring their environments in line with CISA's cloud application security configuration baselines by June 20th. So far, CISA has only finalized configuration baselines for Microsoft 365, but soon plans to release baselines for other cloud platforms, starting with Google Workspace.
All right, so check it out. Couple things here. One, the elephant in the room, Jen Easterly announcing she's quitting or, changing jobs on January 6th. Most people give 2 weeks notice and then kick their feet up and go on cruise control. Jen Easterly gives 4 weeks notice and deploys, Scuba Steve guidelines here on securing cloud infrastructure in a post-SolarWinds world. Jen, hats off to you, my friend. This is straight fire. So basically everybody's in cloud, right? Microsoft and Amazon had that big pissing match about who gets the $10 billion contract, and they ended up splitting it down the middle. Whoop-de-doo. Cloud is, most people operate in a hybrid infrastructure nowadays. Everybody was like all cloud all the time, and then they realized like maybe we shouldn't do that fully. So now it's hybrid, right? So I know Advent of Cyber has been doing some Azure rooms. I talked to DJ Bisek the other day. He was explaining that to me. Love that. If you are not well-versed in like just basic awareness of cloud and Azure and M365, definitely worth giving it a sniff. It is very much pervasive and ubiquitous in modern corporate America, probably internationally as well. Now, because of that, the federal government is all up in the cloud environment, and basically CISA is giving guidelines on how to secure that environment. This is interesting. I would say the following is interesting to me, okay? What's interesting is that CISA is issuing this guidance. To me, all day, every day, this is a NIST responsibility. Now, if I had to guess, okay, little tinfoil hat issue, and for you first-timers, Elliot, you're going to be the token first-timer. So, Elliot, whenever I say something that's like more of a hot opinion than it is based on fact, I use the little tinfoil hat version of myself. If I had to guess, one of the challenges of NIST, and, with all due respect, I love NIST, but one of the problems they have is that they move at a glacial pace. NIST is like a 1980s GRC person, like, everything's got to be perfect. It's got to be wicked hardened. We're talking waterfall software development technique. CISA, much more of an agile methodology, able to move in shuck and jive a little bit quicker. And because of that, I think CISA took the lead on this one just to kind of get it out there a little bit quicker. Again, that's a bit of a hot take opinion. But, I'm not going to say fight me. Fight me if you disagree. But, if you have a competing opinion, drop it in chat. I would love to, have a coffee cup cheers with you and discuss the merits of why CISA did this versus NIST. Now, another interesting thing is this is for federal agencies, but just like every federal agency implementation like NIST CSF and CISA guidelines, doesn't mean 2 packs of Pall Mall, sweetie. Like to thank Josh Mason for the gift that keeps on giving. Doesn't mean we as private sector citizens can't implement it ourselves. Now, implementation guidance for implementing secure practices for cloud services. This is a binding directive, which means the federal government has to do it to align with CISA, but it doesn't mean that businesses have to do it. So normally I like to go look in, like, what's the meat and potatoes? Like, you can speak all you want about, scope and guidelines and Scuba Steve and stuff, but like, what's the actual, what do I need to do? Okay. So they're scoping it out here. Come on. Here we go. Requirements. Microsoft 365. Identify all cloud tenants within scope of this directive. Just going to say really quickly, sniff. This is the identify function of NIST CSF. I mean, literally, I didn't even realize that. It literally says identify. It says identify in the friggin' name, okay? You got to know what's in your environment before you go any further, okay? It does give you actually prescriptive guidance on what to do. Oh, actually, you have to report into some type of scuba tenant inventory. So this is why CISA's in charge of it. I've answered my own question. CISA's not just giving guidelines, but they're actually providing centralized management for visibility. Ideally, once you report in what you have in your environment, CISA will have visibility. And then if they know about a compromise or an issue, they can go ahead and send you guidance. Another recommendation here is to integrate tool result feeds with CISA's continuous monitoring solution and enable automated reporting. Yeah, this is good stuff. Unfortunately, this type of stuff is not going to be adoptable by private sector. Because this is basically a federal government system, the Scuba Connect system, that is set up for private federal sector to integrate with. So TLDR, if you work in the federal agencies, you will likely have to comply with this. So be aware of that and get ready for it. If you work in a federal agency in InfoSec, or you are a professional services supporting a federal program, you need to be aware of this. I will point out, when Jen Easterly's replacement takes office or whatever in January 7th, here's a link to the story. Who asked for it? Steve, just regular Steve. Steve, here's a link to the story, and you can use the link in chat. Whoever replaces her could rip this whole thing out. I really, really genuinely hope whoever replaces Jen Easterly does not undo a lot of the great work CISA's done over the last 4 years. That remains to be seen. Again, this is not a political show, right? But the director of CISA is essentially like a political appointment, and then there's agendas. It appears that Kristi Noem's going to be the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, which is the boss of CISA. So stay tuned for updates on that, but hopefully not. This is good and all in the right direction. Let's keep going.
Texas Tech reports a data breach affecting 1.4 million people. Texas Tech University disclosed the data breach, which occurred back in September, affecting 1.4 million people at its health sciences centers. The Interlock ransomware gang took credit for the breach, claiming they stole 2.6 terabytes of sensitive data. An investigation confirmed exposed information included social security numbers, driver's license numbers, medical diagnosis and treatment information, and billing and claims data. Texas Tech said it took immediate steps to remediate the issue and is notifying affected individuals and offering them complimentary credit monitoring services.
All right, there we go. For those who don't know, if you're an old graybeard like me, this is Bobby Knight, famous for Indiana University, where he whipped a chair at referees. But yeah, he did have a second stint at Texas Tech. And he's very unhappy about this data breach, dropping GD it. Okay, so that's a little fun thing for us. Guys, higher ed has a data breach. Welcome to the party, pal. Higher ed is notoriously not great at information security. I worked in higher ed for about 5.5, 6 years. Also, it was a medical university, so I had to deal with healthcare. If you ever get a chance to work at a medical university, It is quite the professional experience. You work there, for every 1 year you work there, you get about 3 years of experience. You also age about 10 years for every year you work there. So be mindful. It's like drinking from the wrong cup in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Part of the reason why is researchers and academics, and I do identify as an academic, so I understand this. They love sharing data. They love collaborating. They love, hey, you get some data, you get some data. Let's collab. Hey, like right click, copy all, select all, copy paste. Let's go. So Texas Tech, 1 million people impacted. I have not heard of the Interlock ransomware gang, but that doesn't matter. Dude, it's friggin' a day that ends in Y. Enter, it's like rolling a 20-sided die. I'm sorry. I'm like false starting so many times. Ransomware gangs are basically like bands in the early 2000s. You just like roll a dice and you pick a verb and you pick an object, right? Smashing pumpkins, right? Like it, like I'm sure there's a million other ones. Like it's just interlock, lock, bit, like beyond, lawn beyond, like whatever. It doesn't matter. They come up, they go down. It doesn't matter. They're just, it's one, it's the same, it's whatever. Now, whose information actually got hit? Students, employees? Curious about that. Oh, also worth noting, the security exposed the personal health and financial data from its health science centers and health science centers in El Paso. Well, there you go. It is higher ed and medical. Let's see. I mean, it is what it is. Basically, data exfil and 2.6 terabytes of data, including patient data, medical research, and SQL databases. Gosh, that sucks. All right. Eric Taylor is saying that Talos has a write-up on this. That's excellent. Or DJ BSEC. I don't see the link. If you have a link to... Oh, I see it in chat. So check it out. For those who are interested, it's to me, it's not really interesting that Texas Tech got hit with ransomware. That's like whatever. It happens all the time. Not Texas Tech, but insert victim. Cisco Talos does a really great job of basically threat incident reportings or incident reports and threat intel blog posts. I love myself some Cisco Talos. In fact, I actually interviewed a bunch of the Cisco Talos people at Black Hat this year. You can go back to my channel and look at it if you're interested. It was actually my highest performing short in 2024. I got my YouTube year in review or whatever. I'll drop a link to this. If you're interested, if you've got time, right? If you're interested, hold on. I'm dropping a link here. If you're interested, what I would say is go check this out. Why? Because one, you'll get well-versed on this particular ransomware threat actor. Two, you'll see what a really good blog post is on threat intelligence, right? Which is great for inspiration and also structure and formatting. Thirdly, if you're interviewing for jobs, which I know is kind of quiet this time of year, but if you're interviewing for jobs, fully understanding this blog post, you can bring that up in a job interview. Everybody in our industry knows who Cisco Talos is, okay? Everybody knows who Cisco Talos is. So if you're saying, "Oh yeah, I read a Cisco Talos threat intelligence report on Interlock and about their TTPs or whatever, it was really interesting." Well, my friend, you have the interviewer's attention. You're doing proactive research. You're staying current. You know about Cisco Talos. You know about ransomware threat actors. You know about TTPs, et cetera, et cetera. It's a good look for you. All right. So definitely don't sleep on those opportunities.
Meta fined $263 million for alleged GDPR violations.
Dude, Ireland is always kicking mud holes in Meta's butt. I swear to God, Ireland's GDP is like basically potatoes and Meta fines.
Back in 2018, cyber scoundrels abused some sloppy Facebook code to steal Access tokens and Access PII belonging to 30 million users. The slow-turning wheels of Irish justice finally caught up with Meta on Tuesday as the Irish Data Protection Commission levied a €251 million fine against the tech giant. Meta said the vulnerability stemmed from multiple coding issues in Facebook's View As feature. The DPC's investigations concluded that the breach resulted in 4 violations of the European Union's GDPR. Meta said it intends to appeal the decision, arguing they took prompt action to address the issues and also proactively notified impacted users along with the Irish regulator. If the latest fine sticks, it will equate to less than 2% of Meta's third quarter profits.
I mean, like, what a flex at the end there. This fine, $250 million, equals what, like a quarter? Was it a quarter of a percent or something like that of their Q2 profits? Or a quarter, maybe it was a quarter, 25%. Either way, 1 quarter. I will say, guys, $260 million for a fine is legit. Bro, GDPR has teeth like a this is not going to slap for everybody, but for the people who are in chat that will get this reference, it will slap. GDPR has teeth like a mono black, like legendary creature. Like, it's just straight up razors on this thing. Other fines, other legislation like HIPAA, for example, in the United States, HIPAA, we do fine people with HIPAA, but you have to like be egregious. Like, you have to like get caught multiple times, be like negligent, and then you get slapped with a fine. Like GDPR, Ireland's going back into the Wayback Machine 2018, digging in there, and they're like, oh, we need some extra cashish for 2024. Let's go see if we can drum up something from 6 years ago. No big deal. Here's $250 million. Ireland, if go do the research. Hold on. I bet you I could even like Gemini is really good. Give me a list of GDPR fines for from Ireland. Okay, dude, they fine Meta and Amazon like on the regular. Here we go, Gemini. Oh, come on. I was hoping for a much cleaner list from AI. Here, can we filter by Ireland? Check this out. This is no joke, dude. I'm not just picking on Ireland. Like, they're kind of cray-cray. Okay? Look at this. This is insane. Okay, ready? Ireland. This is just the last 10 entries. You can see October 24th, 2024, September. Look at the fines. $310 million, $91 million, $345 million, $1.2 billion from 2023. $1.2 billion. I'm telling you, when I made the joke, what are you doing, Eric? When I made the joke that it's potatoes and GDPR fines, maybe it's just GDPR fines. Like, this is ridiculous, guys. So don't sleep. And I want to point out really quickly what's really bananas is that Facebook continues to work in Ireland. At some point, when you lose money for being in a market, that's when you stop being in the market. If you continue to make money, then and you just pay the fines because it's the cost of doing business, that is what's up. So Meta continuing to work in there just shows you how much friggin' money they got. Straight cash, homie. They are out of control. All right. So anyways, again, this story for practitioners and people like aspiring to be in the industry alike, the story isn't about Meta's View As thing. It's a story about GDPR compliance and the reality of how strict it is. If your business is giving consideration into moving into European markets, really make them aware of this and what you need to do to comply with GDPR, because they're not playing around, man. You will get smacked in the face like a tortilla challenge.
Nebraska AG sues Change Healthcare. The Nebraska Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against Change Healthcare, blaming the company's historic data breach back in February on its poor security measures. The ransomware attack forced Change Healthcare to shut down its processing services entirely, stopping millions of transactions in February and March. The lawsuit notes that prescriptions went unfilled and patient care was delayed due to disruptions from the attack. Scammers then began contacting Nebraskan patients, posing as hospital representatives and asking for their credit card numbers in order to issue refunds. United Health Group, who owns Change Healthcare, said, quote, "We believe this lawsuit is without merit and we intend to defend ourselves vigorously," end quote.
All right. So Change Healthcare getting sued. Honestly, I almost wonder if they threw United Healthcare in the title here just for like clicks because of the Luigi and CEO thing. Which, by the way, catch me at jaw jacking. I have like a hot, maybe even like too hot for Simply Cyber Live's opinion about that whole thing. But anyways, Nebraska AG suing. I'll tell you what, if they do sue and they do win, you can expect 49 other senators to sue. Oh, that sucks. Oh, cool. Sorry. All right, so Nebraska's consumer protection data security law says that Change Healthcare screwed them over. Remember, the Change Healthcare was a massive data breach, a massive issue. Threat actors got in. I can't remember. I believe, yes, I'm confirming now. Alf V got in there. No. Yeah, Black Cat Alf V got in there. It was so devastating that Black Cat Alf V literally exited like operations and then gave their table scraps to Ransom Hub, which hit the ground running and blew up themselves. I want to say that Black Cat Alf V got $22 million. It was either 2 million or 22 million. Anyways, tons and tons of businesses were screwed. One cybersecurity firm estimated that some health systems lost $100 million a day during the outage. People were like unable to get their prescriptions filled. Physicians weren't getting paid, et cetera, et cetera. So this was super, super impactful. Now, the Nebraska AG isn't suing for that. It sounds like they're suing for people's data getting compromised, right? So I don't know. This is one of those ones. Seems like a bit of a posturing, maybe to get a settlement or something. Could be somebody in Nebraska, the AG is trying to get like reelected or flex or something. The CEO of Change Healthcare like had to go testify to Congress. Like, I'm not saying it was okay, but like, dude, businesses get hit every day. Like, is the AG of Texas going to go sue Texas Tech University because 1.4 million individuals got compromised? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not downplaying the impact of this attack. This might be the largest, this was the largest single attack of 2024. Okay. And it was very, very devastating, very impactful. But in our modern day, businesses are getting hit left, right, and center. So to sue one company, I don't know. I'm sure they'll be able to demonstrate that they were not negligent or egregious in their cybersecurity posture. But we'll see. So the argument is that they failed to implement proper security measures. All right. Well, I mean, this is why it's subjective. Welcome to GRC. What does proper security measures mean? You cannot have 0% risk. You will always have some risk, right? So is having MFA proper security measures? Probably. Is having basically all of your executables run in some type of sandbox environment prior to loading into any workstation in your environment? Well, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty great control, completely unrealistic to implement in any organization of any size. So would you argue that that's proper or not, right? So it becomes very subjective, which again leads to ambiguity, which means you can't prove like in a court of law that they were in fact being negligent, okay? Plus, I'm sure United Healthcare Group, which has tons and tons of money, will have a wonderful legal team, and this will just get dragged out. Straight cash, homie. And basically, you know, like in 6 years, everybody will get 30 cents and a bunch of lawyers will get a new boat.
And now we'd like to thank today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more, you can harden your security with ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker helps you to take a proactive, default-deny approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation are fully supported by their US-based support team. To learn more about how ThreatLocker can keep your organization running efficiently and protected from ransomware, visit threatlocker.com. That's ThreatLocker.com.
All right, let's do this. All right. Hey, shout out to all of you. Thank you so very much. We'll have a quick little turnaround. We did Worldwide Wednesday. We also did like a reboot. If you're getting value from the stream, hit that like button on YouTube. Goes a long way to help other people find the show. Thank you to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon Training. Definitely appreciate all of you. Reminder, 2025 sponsors are locked in. We've got Barricade Cyber coming back for another stint. Antisyphon Training back for another stint. ThreatLocker back for another stint. Delete Me for a stint. And Delete Me and Flare.io, who just recently got $30 million in seed funding. Flare will be sharing that. So we've got all of our sponsors lined up for 2025. Thank you all for enabling me to be able to basically have this show, get awards, have a wonderful experience with you every day. Thank you. And thank you to the mod team, as always, for all you do. All right. Really quick, because it's what we do. Alpha Sierra, I'm just going to jump to the laws. Hold on one second. Let's get our laws on, and then we're going to bang back into the news. Get your laws on. Here we go. All right. Hey, thanks so much. And I want to remind everybody, stay tuned to the end of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, because I have some programming updates for tomorrow's show that I want to make sure everybody is crystal clear on, so there's no confusion about tomorrow's show and Friday's show, frankly. So just remind me when we finish the news, some production notes, and then we'll pivot to jaw-jacking. Let's finish the news.
.com. Critical hole in Apache Struts under exploitation. A recently patched critical Apache Struts 2 vulnerability is under active exploitation using a public proof of concept exploit. Apache Struts is an open source framework for building Java-based web applications. The bug exists in the software's file upload logic, allowing for malicious file uploads that could lead to remote code execution. To mitigate the risk, Apache says users should upgrade to Struts 6.4.0 or later and migrate to the new file upload mechanism. Multiple national cybersecurity agencies, including those in Canada, Australia, and Belgium, have issued public alerts urging impacted software developers to take immediate action.
All right, 2 things. One, the basic, right? If you're running Apache Struts, you gotta patch it. Okay. And obviously, you can use all sorts of scanning tools to find Apache Struts in your environment. Now, one thing I do want to share with you, okay, and this one I love, okay? Don't get to bring this one up very often. And you can bust this out in a job interview, okay? This is going to flip the script. So, typically with vulnerability management, we talk about patch. You gotta patch it. Right? Well, sometimes you can't, and it's not because you don't want to or because you don't have the time or budget. And Apache Struts is the perfect example. All right? Let's hop in the Wayback Machine. Okay. The year was 2017. The year was 2000. Wait, was it Equifax? Hold on. I think it was Equifax. Yeah, it was Equifax. It was either Equifax or OPM, but it was Equifax. Check it out now. The year was 2017. Okay. Now, in 2017, guys, 143 million customers was a lot. I know nowadays people are getting slapped all over the place for like, more. But check this out. Equifax got breached in 2017 in a more traditional way, not insider access, but vulnerable exploitation. And they hit them through an Apache Struts vulnerability. Now, why is this relevant? Well, Equifax knew about the vulnerability. They knew all the issues, but they had custom built all sorts of integrations, all sorts of special crap built on top of Apache Struts. And to patch it would have broke all those things. So what they actually needed to do was an analysis of their current infrastructure. What would be broken if they patched? How do they migrate from current state to future state? All these things. And in the time it took them to sort it out, they got hit. So even though they were doing all the things, they couldn't move quickly, and they ended up getting hit. And that it's not that it's Apache Struts, right? It could be anything. It's that anytime you start building custom solutions, in-house code, all those things, custom modifications, deviation from the vendor baseline, you are introducing maintenance and overhead when you need to do things like patch it. And Equifax is, in my opinion, the case study of what can happen when you go too far down the path. And I'll tell you guys, here's another thing. Bust this out at a job interview, okay? So many times, and like, listen, if you got gray hair in chat, you're probably gonna want to drop a preach, okay? And don't feel compelled to say preach if you have gray hair. Just if you've experienced this in your life, give me a preach. I know Eric and BSEC are gonna have it. Listen, this is a reality. You have little budget, you have a little stuff, but you got somebody at work or a bunch of people at work who understand how to do Visual Basic, or they understand Microsoft Access or whatever. And some people will write like little custom solutions, little scripts, little applications that do something, okay? And then it gets integrated. And it's because like, oh, you could buy a solution that does this and is maintained and properly controlled and everything else. But why not let Nick Dowd has a computer science degree. Nick Dowd knows how to make a little financial forecasting app. Perfect. We already paid Nick Dowd salary. Nick, can you work on this? Sure, I'll work on it. And then what happens is you start getting this in-house custom built stuff, which is amazing because the CFO's like, oh, we didn't have to pay for this. Wow. And then Nick leaves to go somewhere else and no one knows how the friggin' app works. Or I've seen an instance where a person died, all right? Not to get morbid, but the person died and the thing was running on their computer and no one knew how it worked. No one knew the credentials. No one knew anything. So they just like let it run and like hoped things wouldn't break. Like this is the problem. So just be mindful. Like when you start introducing custom solutions and custom whatever, may I offer you the following suggestions. Number one, everybody's going to be all geeked up around the table about how this is like a cheaper solution for the same quality. Let them be geeked up. Let them be excited. Then bring in the cybersecurity wet blanket and just say, hey, real quick, before we break everybody, like definitely super pumped for everybody. But like, how are we going to who's going to own this once we build it? Who's going to maintain it? Because like I hear Nick again. Nick, thanks for being the avatar for this one. I hear that Nick Dowd is going to build this, right? I hear CompuChris is going to build this, but like CompuChris, Nick Dowd, are you signing up to maintain this going forward? Because a lot of times people are like, no. Like I have a couple weeks of downtime because my next project starts in January. I'll just bang this app out before Christmas and we'll be good to go. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's awesome. You can bang it out before Christmas. Who's maintaining it in 2025? The answer is probably going to be nobody. So then you're like, well, wait a minute. This is a problem. Number two, when's it going away? Nobody wants to talk about sunsetting or decommissioning or life cycle or whatever. But like, is the plan that Nick makes this custom app and then we run it forever? Everyone at the table is going to say, no, that's ridiculous. Okay. So when is it? When are we done with it? Because this is a Band-Aid. You're offering us a Band-Aid. You're not offering us an enterprise solution. What are we doing here? Is this amateur hour? No. Are we a professional business? Yes. Well, then let's operate like one. I'm fine with the Band-Aid. Like, let's get it. Let's keep moving. Let's be agile. But like, this is not a long-term solution. And if we all agree with that, then we should be able to agree on when this thing's going away. Is it when we have budget to replace something? So, okay. So what if we don't have budget next year? Because by the way, spoiler alert, you're not going to get budget because the business is going to be like, why do we need to replace that? It works. It's right there. The same way they don't replace legacy technology that's still sending packets. All right, I'm out of here.
Attackers exploit Microsoft Teams and AnyDesk to deploy malware. Last week on Cybersecurity Headlines, we covered the evolving tactics being used by the Black Basta gang to deploy the Darkgate remote access Trojan. Security researchers have now uncovered a new social engineering campaign that leverages Microsoft Teams to deploy the Darkgate rat. The attack involved bombarding a target's email inbox with thousands of emails, after which the threat actors contacted the victims via Microsoft Teams, masquerading as an employee of an external supplier. The attackers instructed victims to install AnyDesk on their system and then abusing the remote access to deliver multiple payloads, including a credential stealer and Darkgate. The researchers recommend that organizations enable multi-factor authentication, use allow lists for approved remote access tools, block unverified applications, and thoroughly vet third-party technical support providers to eliminate the risk of phishing.
All right, for the sake of time, here's the deal. AnyDesk, Microsoft Teams, these are enterprise solutions. They will be approved in any environment. They will not flag malware. They will not flag, malicious behavior, any of these things. Threat actors use them as persistence mechanisms effectively, and they log onto your box. Then they detonate malware. Now, the Darkgate malware could get flagged in an EDR solution, so don't sleep on EDR. But my point is, you got to educate your end users not to allow these connections to go on. Make them aware that like whatever your policies are for IT remote administration, IT support, whatever, make sure it's crystal clear to your workforce how that works. These threat actors are basically faking that they're IT and connecting into your box. And then a lot of guys, honestly, like salespeople, not to crap on salespeople, but like it's usually salespeople, but like they'll be like, oh, my computer's all messed up. And IT's like, we'll fix it. And they're like, fine. How long is it going to take? And they'll be like, an hour. And you're like, fine. The salesperson will like let you in their box and then they'll go like grab lunch or they'll go make phone calls or they'll go play Golden Tee, like whatever it is. They're not sitting there watching what's going on their computer. So educate your end users, and obviously if you don't run AnyDesk in your environment, could be worth putting AnyDesk on a like a ban list, right? Not allowed. Honestly, I mean, that's that like Threat Locker, like that's kind of what Threat Locker's bread and butter is allow by, like allow only applications. So you could say like AnyDesk, not allowed. All right, let's keep going.
Bitter targets defense orgs with new MiaRat malware. A cyber espionage threat group known as Bitter was observed targeting defense organizations in Turkey using MiaRat, a remote access Trojan coded in C++. The The attack started with a phishing email containing a malicious attachment and using a foreign investment project lure. MiaRat provides data exfiltration, remote control, screenshot capturing, command execution, and system monitoring capabilities. MiaRat also improves upon its predecessor, WMRat, including more advanced data and communications encryption, an interactive reverse shell, and enhanced directory and file control. Proofpoint has published indicators of compromise associated with Bitter's latest attack, and a Yara rule is now available to help with detecting the threat.
All right, two things here. One, Cisco Talos again with this blog post here talking about attacks against the Bangladeshi government. Remember, North Korea hit Bangladesh pretty hard. I want to say it was 2019. They tried to steal $1 billion from them. Go watch the Darknet Diaries on that one. Excellent. There's also a good YouTube video on it. But they're targeting the defense organizations in Turkey. So this is obviously more of a nation state threat actor action. RAT is a remote access Trojan, right? So typically a persistence mechanism allowing you to come and go. Cyber espionage, right? You don't want, this is definitely the opposite of ransomware. You don't want to know that, you don't want your victims to know you're there. Obviously, when it comes to nation state threat actors, espionage is much more the soup du jour than it is ransomware. Obviously, it says they're reserving it for high value targets. The reason is they're trying to keep a low profile with their TTPs and stuff like that. Intezer did report on this threat actor as well, so there's probably some TTPs there. I've done work with Intezer in the past, pretty good. In full disclosure, admitting my own ignorance, if you told me this country right here, Kyrgyzstan, and asked me true or false, this is a real country, I would have said false. I've never heard of Kyrgyzstan. And apologies, I know it's Worldwide Wednesday, so this is a good opportunity. I take this as a win to get more cultured and realize that there is, in fact, a Kyrgyzstan country. So thank you to the story there. Let's see. Typically, they'll have some TTPs in here. They have a domain name as a TTP. Honestly, domain names, this thing's probably already burned. If we reference the David Bianco Pyramid of Pain, you could see here, this is how frustrating it is for threat actors when you blow up their stuff. The domain name is simple for a threat actor to change. So when you have domain names in the TTPs, in the IOCs, excuse me, the indicators of compromise, it's not super useful. Also, can I just share really quickly? And I'm downright not embarrassed, but like, listen, check this out. Everybody knows this, right? This is the David Bianco Pyramid of Pain. I was at John V.
Let's become best friends. Yep.
I got an offer I decided to accept from Scale AI Red Team Ops. Swing across the chat on a wrecking ball. Hell yeah, John.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes, sir. Look at that. Our very own. Hey, thanks for the super chat, John. Also, and congratulations on the job. That's friggin' phenomenal. And guys, if you didn't know, if you're interested in AI or ML security, there is a channel on the Simply Cyber Discord server. And John V, the one who just got hired for doing Scale AI Red Team, he is the mentor basically inside that channel. So if you want to talk AI, ML, and security, he is the guy to talk to. Back to this David Bianco Pyramid of Pain. Guys, everybody knows this Pyramid of Pain, right? For some reason, I feel like Wade Wells, like you're the one I want to tell this to most. Nadine, my wife and I got in the elevator on the 7th floor. We're going down the elevator. 4th floor opens up and a guy walks in wearing a really nice suit. And it was like kind of obvious that he was going to the award ceremony. And I'm like, hi, are you going to the award ceremony for Sands? He goes, yeah. I go, I'm Jerry. He goes, I'm David. I'm like, nice to meet you. I'm like, what category? He's like, I think it's Team of the Year. Because basically his company was Splunk and they got acquired by Cisco. And he's like, Innovation of the Year, I think it was. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Congratulations, David. He's like, oh, I'm meeting my daughter downstairs or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. Nice to see you. Fast forward an hour and a half later when they announced the winner and David Bianco. And I turned to my wife. I'm like, oh, that was freaking David Bianco. Oh my God. I would have told him how much I appreciate his Pyramid of Pain and how cool he is. And instead, I just totally nerfed on it. So anyways, if I ever get a chance, I know what David Bianco looks like now. Not that I'm like stalking him, but like I know what you look like, David. So we'll have to continue to push it so we can get back to the Sands thing.
Fake Ledger data breach emails try to steal crypto wallets. Ledger is a provider of hardware cryptocurrency wallets which are secured using 12 to 24 word recovery phrases. Anyone who has access to the recovery phrases can access the wallets and the crypto inside them. Over the past few days, multiple users have reported receiving phishing emails claiming that Ledger suffered a data breach and warning that some recovery phrases have been exposed. Ironically, the email then instructs victims to verify the recovery phrase using Ledger's secure validation tool. No matter what recovery phrase is entered, the site states that it is invalid. Others have also recently reported Ledger phishing emails masquerading as new firmware updates, again with the same goal of stealing user recovery phrases. Ledger said it will never ask users for the recovery phrases and said they should refrain from entering them into any other sites or apps.
Okay. All right, guys, crypto. I don't have the Finfrock here, but I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, that's a Charles Finfrock reference. I, Jerry Auger, am not a crypto evangelist. I think crypto, I know it's trading at $104,680 right now, Bitcoin, but it is, to me, it's like everything about it's a scam. NFTs are a scam. Crypto is a scam. So anyways, some enterprising threat actor created a fake website where you put in your secrets and it tells you if it's still secure. And in reality, you're literally giving your credentials. This is no different than a website that you put in your username and password and it tells you if your account has been compromised and then they steal your account. Like this is like not even cybercrime. I mean, this is like basically a fraudulent landing page where they just steal your information. And if you are I mean, guys, I don't want to dunk on people, but like if you go to a website like this and put in your crypto secrets, damn. By the way, I hate that crypto has normalized the idea that like you're supposed to get rug pulled, you're supposed to get robbed. Like this is supposed to happen to you if you're really into crypto. Like, who is pushing that narrative? The Haktua coin and that whole debacle, which I would call crime. No one's going to be held accountable. Ridiculous. Anyways, we're behind schedule. This is whatever. All right. Holla, holla, holla. All right, let's keep going. Let me do this. I know we ran a few minutes over. Grant me some grace. We had to. This has been episode 774 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I definitely appreciate all of you. Now, a quick couple programming notes, okay? Number one, tomorrow, December 19th, 2024, we will be doing the Daily Cyber Threat Brief on Simply Cyber's YouTube channel. Jawjacking, which happens immediately after Daily Cyber Threat Brief, will not be on the Simply Cyber channel tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be on a different channel where I would get you the information. I think it's on Lima Charlie's channel. Basically, Lima Charlie is doing a telethon. They do it every year, and we are always involved with it. It's called Cybersecurity Cares, okay? And it's basically raising money to help combat, and that's a pretty poor word choice, but domestic violence, okay? I probably shouldn't use the word combat and violence in the same sentence, but basically this is a 12-hour telethon live stream, and we have the unique opportunity and the distinguished privilege to kick it off. We are kicking it off. Now, I know DJ Bsec's typically doing the jaw jacking on Thursday, so if he wants to, we can definitely figure something out. But tomorrow, I will send you links. We will raid this Cybersecurity Cares fundraiser, and we will do jaw jacking live on that stream. So tomorrow, Daily Cyber Threat Brief on Simply Cyber, jaw jacking on this for a fundraising initiative. Friday, I will be in the mobile studio, so Team Sippy Cup, get ready for that. I'll be in Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be on the telethon. Wading Through Logs will be on the telethon. What's his name? Brandon Poole will be on the telethon, et cetera, et cetera. All right, guys, we got a good one for you. Remember, the Meta CTF event is this Saturday at 11 noon to 4 p.m. There's details on the Discord server under announcements. I probably need to send an email out, but I'm a mess right now. I'm overwhelmed, frankly. I need help. Whatever, just an honest disclosure. So if you want a flash CTF, 4 hours, 10 challenges, if you've never done a CTF before, definitely don't be intimidated. The first couple challenges are designed to be a little bit easier for all audiences. And if you do perform well, there's all sorts of prizes, including, guys, get this, there are 3 tickets to ShmooCon. If you don't know what ShmooCon is, it's basically like DEF CON on the East Coast. It is the final year of ShmooCon. Tickets to ShmooCon are notoriously difficult to get. Notoriously difficult. Go look it up. It's literally referred to as F5 Day. So if you want to go to ShmooCon before it's never, ever again, you can have an opportunity to compete here at the Meta CTF. It's all about good times. All right, guys, we're going to pivot over to jaw jacking. I've got the mobile studio, or the other studio, continuing to level up. So we'll see what's going on over there. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Let's go get some jaw jacking in. Holla! Where's my jaw jacking? There it is. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw jacking. Hey, all right, hopefully this works. Do we have audio? Let me know in chat. Obviously, this is a Hot Mess Express. All right, cool. All right, so let me know if you can hear me, and let me know what you think. I put this here for Nick Barker, the silver play button. Here's the podcast of the year. The audio's a bit janky, but that's okay. We do what we do as best as we can. Let me see. So what kind of questions y'all got? I want to make sure that we can hear you. Oh, good, perfect. All right, well, thank you. So what questions we got? The lighting is dim, I know. I don't know what to do about that. It's a work in progress, James McQuicken. See, the thing is, I could sit up and be more in the light, but here's the thing. When I built this studio, I literally wanted these chairs. These are laid back, loungy chairs, and unfortunately, they are not really practical for what I do and how I operate. So sadly, that is the reality. So let me go ahead and get some music playing for you guys. I want some music up in this piece. Let's see, music. Chill up. All right, Filthy Casuals. What are you talking about? Seems a little dicey. All right. So I see BSEC behind the glass. That's good. Always there to hook me up. All right. All you need is the Midnight FM84 playing on the background. No kidding, Joey. I got the record player right here. That is a Midnight Kids record LP. Let's see. Could you get the camera and the light down then? Could you get the camera and the light down? So you don't... all right, so I don't understand the question. Obviously, I'm not illuminated very well, but that's is what it is. So Wade Wells says, award-winning podcast, what's your next achievement you're shooting for? Thank you, Wade.
Well, honestly, Wade, you're part of it, right? So the Simply Cyber media group, right? We're adding new podcasts to the stream. I'd love to get those up and running and have those be award-winning as well. That would be really cool. Hey, what's up? Zach Hill in the hizzy. Whatever happened to the cybersecurity talk show? Space tacos. Hold on, let me get a light really quickly. Well, no, actually, we're just gonna have to deal with the dim light. I literally have a spotlight on me, but it's just whatever. So the talk show, it was filmed. We did all the interviews. We did all the things. The studio is still producing it, as far as I can tell. They I don't know. They reprioritized priorities, I guess, because they released a new show that was not our show. So I don't know what's going on, Space Tacos, honestly, with it. All right. Team SC, new lights. Yep. Let's keep going. Is that influence of the year, Zach Hill? Casually Joseph. Guys, can we, for a minute? Holy crap. Zach Hill is with us. Guys, Zach Hill, if you don't know, IT career questions, 300K plus YouTube, old school, 10 years, helping lots of people. Definitely rolling his eyes and saying, shut up, Jerry, right now. That's our friend Zach Hill. We're supposed to talk about Luigi. Yeah, I don't want it to get political, but Habib, like I saw, I'll just leave it with this. I saw yesterday that they're going to charge him with terrorism, which I don't know. Like people, what he did is atrocious, right? So I'm not supporting that, but people commit that crime all the time, but because it's like some power player and like other people who have that role are, movers and shakers, they're gonna try to make it a much more egregious crime. I don't know. It seems weird. I didn't necessarily understand. Yeah. I guess he's officially charged with first-degree murder and second-degree murder with terrorism. Yeah. Terrence Tech says Zach Hill is a legend. Zach Hill, take your roses. Is it take your roses or take your flowers? Gen Z, let me know. I will tell you, my family and I, oh my God, waiting for Simply Cyber to take over IT career questions. I will tell you what, if and when we ever pass the sub count on IT career questions, we'll have to have some type of ice cream party, Zach. Let's see. Joseph Day here. You're welcome for the stream. Super pumped. Flowers. Thank you. Top of the morning, Team SC. Any tips on restructuring a small company third-party program? Brittany Mione says. Tips on restructuring a small company's third-party program. I mean, I don't know what the current structure is, honestly, Brittany, but I guess what I would say is, for me, if I was going to, in a small business, look at third party, you got to imagine small businesses typically don't have a lot of structure. They don't have a lot of policy and stuff like that. So what I would do is I would focus on educating the business around what to look for when choosing third-party partners. And then, here, I'm going to try to move this whole situation closer so we can get the light better and we can get your answers better. So let me know if you guys like this better. I just moved the whole desk closer. You can see, obviously, the camera's mounted. So, Brittany, anyways, what I would say is you want to basically educate everyone, because people in the business are going to be running YOLO, and you're not going to have like a cloud access security broker solution to know who's clicking on what and who's signing up what and who's pushing what data into what. So I would definitely educate your end users and then get them informed on multi-factor authentication. So like any third-party solution you're using or that is interacting with you, make it mandatory that they are using multi-factor authentication. A lot of compromises start with compromised credentials. And if you have MFA, chances are it's not gonna be a problem. All right, what else we got? IT Career Questions says, I'm waiting for Simply Cyber Group to take over and start running IT Career Questions so you can help more people make it happen. All right. We could certainly explore that, Zach. I mean, you did spend years and years building that, so I don't know about taking it over. But is there a good job board? DGP Holy Hand Grenade says, LinkedIn inserts AI, which destroys my job searches, irrelevant results, Indeed, Dice, etc. Same deal, it appears, need help. Jesus. So, hey, do me a favor. Drop in chat job boards that you have found are good, please, to help whoever asked that question. DGP, Holy Hand Grenade. What I will say is I haven't really looked at job boards too much in the last year or two. Networking is incredibly valuable. A lot of jobs will never make it to a job board. When I was actively looking at job boards, Dice was like my go-to. ZipRecruiter is actually pretty good. I know a lot of businesses that are like uber legit that use ZipRecruiter. So that's what I would recommend on that. I wish I could make the lighting better. Let me know. Hey, let me ask you guys for real in chat. Like if the illumination of my face is not is a problem, let me know, because I actually have like a little light over there that I can go get. Oh my God. William Kubix, I do hate pumpkin beer. I think there's absolutely no place in the world for gourds to be in beer. But I will say, I've never had a peppermint beer. I will tell you one time, Terrapin Brewing out of Maryland made a tiramisu beer that I would have crawled a mile through chicken poop to get some of that. It was so good. And it was a limited run. I actually emailed the brewery and like asked them to do it, rerun it. And they were like, who are you? Like, are you like a distributor? I'm like, no, I'm a guy who likes the tiramisu beer. Can you please do it? And they're like, thank you for your inquiry. All right. The light looks a little dim on your face. Could be better, could be worse. All right. I like ZipRecruiter, okay? Indeed, people like that. Scottish Ale's very good. A peppermint milk stout, Luke Canfield. That sounds good. Who makes that? Yeah, Phil Stafford. Tiramisu beer. Go Google it. Terrapin Brewing did it. It was friggin' awesome. That's probably like one of the best beers I ever had. And another beer I had that was phenomenal, that was a limited run. Left Hand Brewing did a did a black pepper porter one time. Wicked spicy. Oh, so good. Give me a second. I'm gonna get this light. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Okay, so now it's like, gather around the campfire. I don't know what to tell you guys. My lighting game is poor. I need a ring light up in here. All right, so check it out. If you like coffee, try Brooklyn Ale. Yeah, I've had Brooklyn Ale. Brooklyn, I went to school at UMass Amherst, so like Brooklyn was like widely available. All right, here we go. So now I've got like the campfire light for everybody. All right, Fred on out of Ghana, by the way. There's an argument that avoidance should not be on the list of risk treatment methods. One reason being that there's no also risk even if you avoid it. What's your take on this? Well, hold on. So my take on that, Fred, and I hate to be a peckerhead about this. I'm not calling Fred out on this one, okay? But risk avoidance is a legit one, but I think you're getting it confused with risk acceptance. So risk avoidance is like, you just don't even do it, right? So like an example, this is an extreme example, but like you have a risk of like third-party risk, right? Like, oh, third parties. So risk avoidance would be, we aren't using third parties at all. Like cloud, we're not using cloud at all. Everything will be on-prem. Like, that's risk avoidance, and that's fine because you literally don't have the risk because you're not even entering into that sphere of having that risk available. So risk avoidance is fine. The challenge with risk avoidance is that you basically give up whatever the opportunity was that taking on that risk would present you, right? So, again, to use the silly example, like, you don't want to go into M365 and take on Exchange Online because you don't want cloud. Okay, so you've avoided cloud risk. But now you're running Exchange on-prem, and that's a hot mess express. So, like, you've avoided the cloud risk, but you've also got other risk. Now, risk acceptance, which is what I think you were talking about, risk acceptance is where you basically say, like, we don't have the budget, we don't have the time, we don't have the people or whatever to address this risk, so we're not going to do anything about it, but we think it's okay enough to take. Risk acceptance is a tricky thing because in reality, you would want to reduce it down to an acceptable level, but at a lot of times businesses are just like, YOLO, like do the best you can with what we got. I think risk acceptance is probably the trashiest of the 4 ways to handle risk. A lot of times they treat them as 4 separate, right? Risk acceptance, risk avoidance, risk transference, and risk mitigation. They treat them as 4 separate ones, but in reality, like, you typically reduce risk, like you mitigate risk down to a certain level, and then you accept the residual risk. So they're not independent of each other. They're actually like play together in that facet. Okay. Luke says, we don't watch for the lighting. We love what you do. Well, thank you, Luke. I do want to make it cool, though. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying to hook you guys up. I mean, I don't have Zach Hill's set up. Do companies hire a lot at the beginning of a new year, January and February? They're more likely to, frankly. So you got to remember, businesses run on budgets, right, and fiscal years. A lot of times you'll see money get burned at the end. Burned meaning spent on things that they don't really want or need at the end of the calendar year. So like right now, they won't be hiring people, but like they'll be spending on like all sorts of like training or whatever. There's that. Also, there's like tax mitigation reasons to spend money at the end of the year, but whatever. 2, as far as hiring people, yes, like there are opportunities and they'll typically get budget. A lot of businesses run their fiscal years to end in June, start in July. So you'll see a lot of like summer hiring more often than not. But yeah, Zach, I would think it would be interesting to see like a trend analysis on when hiring in cyber happens, like for the last 5 years by month, to see if there is a correlation there. But I would say yes. Next question. In a medium business, Senfilis out of Poland says, what could I do as an IT specialist to get more relevant experience to work in pen testing? I do try Hack Me After Work, but I think it's not enough to land a job. Yeah, 100%. So as an IT specialist, Senfilis, do you have access to, well, okay, so DJ BSEC suggests bug bounty. Bug bounty is open to everybody. I will tell you, Senfilis, in Europe, where you're in Poland, Integrity, INTIGRITI, Integrity is the European bug bounty darling. You can do Bugcrowd and HackerOne, which is out of the US, but Integrity is in Europe. That's a great way to do it, right? Especially if you want to get into like web app pen testing, although you will see bug bounty programs that are also in more traditional network infrastructure. What I would say for at work, though, as an IT specialist, you know, you have an opportunity to, like, say something comes out, like some vulnerability or some exploit or whatever, right? You might be able to say, hey, listen, I would love to take, like, a copy of whatever app or copy of whatever AD or whatever, and I'd love to, like, see if I can exploit it to see if this is something we really need to worry about or if this is just marketing theater, right? Like try to make it, try to spin it as an opportunity to help inform your business's security posture by doing some pen testing. You could even go purple, right? And as an IT specialist, work with the blue team I assume in a medium-sized business, you have some people who are doing cybersecurity work, right? So kind of partner with them and say, hey, listen, I know you got a million things going on. What I would love to do is, like in a very, very focused way. Like here's the thing, Senfless. I feel like you need to come to the table with a very clear idea on what you want to do, what the value is, and how it would look to them. You don't want to bring a problem to them like, oh, hey, I want to do some pen testing. What do you guys have that you need pen tested, right? Like come to them with like an idea, a solution, and then try to execute on it and tell them like, you'll give them whatever, like results. That's what I would do. Maybe even talk to the CISO if you have one of those, or the director of InfoSec, less as a liaison to do the work with, and more as like pitching the idea, so then they can push down from the top that this is something we're going to be doing. I'll go to 9:37. I actually have a ton of work I have to do. I basically took off at noon yesterday, and then I realized that like I have a bunch of students in the academy who are having issues that I have to resolve, and then I have some other, I just have a bunch of work that I have to do. So I'll go to 9:37. Next question. There's never a permanent solution. All right, let's see. I'm reading chat right now. Risk transfer equals insurance. Yes, 100%. Phil Stafford says, we have to have lighting to watch, but still this doesn't have to have high production value to have the actual value. Well, thank you. And I honestly, Phil Stafford, I think that's part of the reason why Simply Cyber has been so well received and why it's an award-winning show. It's not because it looks the most polished or it's, dude, earlier today I had to like reboot my computer midstream. That's devastating. But I think, it's the community, it's the knowledge share, it's what's going on, right? Thank you, Kelly Ann's. Love you, Jerry. Take it easy. Love y'all. Luke Canfield likes dark mode. I like that too. Honestly, guys, I've had this neon sign for a year. Mrs. Auger gave it to me as a Christmas gift last year. I've had this plaque for a year-ish, and I never get to put them on stream. So, like, I was kind of like low-key looking for like some type of way to shoehorn it in. Thanks, Phil Stafford. I will tell you, I am authentic. If you know me in real life, you know exactly I'm this person right here. That actually makes me laugh. When I first met Jesse Johnson, the Cosmic Cowboy, he literally said to me, he's like we met and hung out or whatever, and then like the next day, he's like, yeah, my wife asked me, she's like, is Jerry like the same person he is on stream, or is he like a poser? He's like, no, it's the same guy. So yeah, I am what I am. FedEx low-key flexing? What are you talking? Oh, with the plaque. Yeah, sure. It's a custom LED screen. Wade. I'd love to get it hung. Yep. Love all the friends. Love all the things. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. He actually texted me yesterday. He's in chat right now. He texted me yesterday. He would like to get involved with the jaw jacking. So I think during the a little bit in the next couple weeks, just as a little experiment, just as a little mixing things up, we will be doing a little bit, like, not full on panels, but like panel like stuff. Like basically James McQuiggan's gonna be joining us a little bit more often. See, like this light, look at how little this light adds. Oh, hey, if anybody is interested, remember January 6th through 9th, I will be running a live course, 4 days, 4 hours a day. It's personal branding for a career in cybersecurity, but basically it's teaching you how I built Simply Cyber and how I use it for personal brand. And like, I basically, you don't need to start a YouTube channel. You could do blog posts. You could do faceless channels. You could do a bunch of different things. But there is a way to do it that has the greatest success as far as making content people are interested in and being excited about making content. James McQuiggan with the super chat. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Loving the new setup. We need to add a little light to the subject. You certainly live in the life of an award-winning podcaster. Yeah. Thanks, you. Yeah, I mean, here we go, James. I'll get the lights sorted out. You know, honestly, I'm sitting down right now, but I built this setup to be standing. If I was standing, my face would be illuminated better. Yep, FedEx graduated. Congratulations. Here, let me do this really quickly. I want to show you guys this. Okay. All right. So do you see now how like it's a bit more, my face is like lit up more? Of course, now I'd have to adjust the camera and all these other things, but you get the idea. You get the idea. We're lit up. My face does need to be more lit up, but whatever. Ricardo Frontera says, got hired several months back as an InfoSec engineer. Congratulations. The only issue is how to manage notes processes. I'm working on my own version of a wiki. Is there any open source platform for this? Yeah, isn't Wiki open source? You could definitely use Wikipedia. I've seen other solutions. Does anyone have an option in chat? Let me know. Of like basically an open source wiki. I really think Wikipedia is open source. Like you can spin up your own. Justin Gold, we're moving on up. That's funny. All right. I just realized that I thought I had mod chat open and instead I was just looking at BSec and DMs. Wait a minute. This is just coming in right now. Casually Joseph is showing me that Southern Tier, which is a phenomenal brewing company, does have a tiramisu beer. This could change everything. I may be taking off for holiday sooner than I thought. No. I know, but I thought there was like you could host your own wiki. All right. Pamela likes me sitting down. I preferred sitting down, honestly, but that's okay. Hey, May, up in the UK. Confluence? Is Confluence open source? Kess Alexander. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me Google this. All right, so I Googled it, okay? I'm looking here. Best media wiki alternatives of 2024. Nuclino, Confluence, SharePoint, DocuWiki. Obviously, Nuclino is the one who wrote the blog post, so. So, hey, DocuWiki, DokuWiki, is open source, self-hosted, free, written in PHP. There you go. I would go that route. MediaWiki is also an option. MediaWiki. Just Google it. All right, guys. I'm going to get going. I have a ton of work to do. Wah, wah, wah. Including getting a better light, apparently. Tomorrow, remember, jawjacking will be at Cybersecurity Cares. Also, shout out, this is my Blue Yeti, the original mic I started on. So, kicking it old school. Hopefully the audio's good. You guys feel good. I gotta find... Kess Alexander, do ! Discord in chat and you will get that. Oh, I forgot. I put a teleprompter up. I can literally look at chat like this. I can look at chat this way.
Look at this. This is cool. Of course. All right, look at this. Look at, I can look right at you now. I've got chat up. I'm looking through a teleprompter, the Elgato teleprompter. Great acquisition. Yeah, no, I know. Legrand, I got to tell you guys, I have lighting for days. The thing is, I'm trying to make the lighting portable and small. Because I've spent a lot of money on stupid stuff that I don't know. Oh my God, the teleprompter, it's no joke. Like, it's no joke. Yeah, I will tell you, the Elgato teleprompter is nice because it's actually light. It's about 1.8 pounds. With my camera, I got an A6400 behind it. Total weight, I think, is 2.3 pounds. The arm I've put it on holds 2.2. It's got a little bit of a bow. But it's in there. FedEx. Larry Shervington, sorry if this was asked. When will more sizes be in stock for the SC merch? Also an Avid hoodie wearer. I'm digging the one you have on. Thank you. The Simply Cyber, Daily Cyber, or Media Group. Larry, message me on what sizes you want. I control the store. It's like another thing that I manage that I don't have time for, but I manage the store. Let me know what sizes you need or what product you want, and I'll unlock it or whatever. But really, I do have to go. I have a lot of students that need help, and I have to fly to Atlanta tomorrow. There's some other things I have to do. I have to notify everybody about the CTF. I don't know. Whatever. I've got stuff. Guys, thank you so very much. Loved it. Thank you. Thank you for working with me as I begin to build out this like second look studio. I think it's really cool and trying to take advantage of the space. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. You guys all rock. Thank you for being awesome. Be well. And until next time, y'all, stay secure. Stay dark mode. Let me. All right. For real, though, I gotta go.